name's Riley. I'm here with the creative director of Your Social, Wade Fox. Thanks for having me here.
That's right.
So first of all, I think our viewers would love if you could just give an insight into what prompted you to start Your Social and what Your Social does.
Your Social started basically on the concept of businesses needed help to contract marketing managers. And so we basically developed a team to work with clients and help them with managing social media. And that's where we sort of started Your Social. And a lot of brands didn't have the ability to have time and all that stuff to communicate with influencers and modeling agencies and different sort of businesses. So we basically were that person to connect with them.
Yeah. Now, we're all aware that social media is constantly evolving. How do you stay updated in online trends in order for your clients to get the best results possible?
The best way is actually go to seminars or just searching blogs and reading blogs and seeing who are the influencers and seeing what they're doing.
Yeah.
And like you can see like Pia and Katneen are like constantly doing YouTube and Snapchat, and they're doing really cool stuff where it could be like a story and they black out the little image and then they say, oh, you have to go to your post to actually see it.
Yeah.
And so it's driving traffic from your story to your actual post to engage.
Yeah.
So there's always that you can see what the influencers are doing, the big ones, and then you can sort of learn from that.
Yeah.
But sometimes just doing research and also seeing the history of social media as well, and seeing there's a cycle as well of new things, because photos came in, videos went out, and then videos now come back in again.
Yeah, awesome. What's your advice for young media professionals looking for work, and what would you look for in an internal communications specialist?
You basically look at like what companies are sort of trying to learn from them and work with agencies that are doing new things. Sometimes the new and small ones can be highly effective with learning new things, because sometimes the big ones are so old school, and that's where like sometimes you got to learn from the younger generations because they are using the social media platforms all the time.
Yeah.
And so it's basically, I recommend like to do any interning to basically go with any small agency sometimes, because they can actually learn a lot more than the bigger ones. The bigger ones usually just throw you and do basic stuff that you don't really learn too much from.
Yeah. Awesome. So Your Social is involved with content marketing. What are some ways that a brand can connect with or collaborate with social media influencers?
The best way is actually networking at events. Next weekend I'm going to like the Poly by the Sea, so I've invited about 15 influencers to come along that are working with us with Taylor Wines, Avalia Grace, Honey and Bow. So we actually get to meet them in person instead of actually just communicating by email all the time, but having that personal contact all the time. Like previously with another agency before, I used to go to Fashion Week all the time, so you'd always be at events and communicating and meet them in person, because when you meet influencers in person, they get to know you and relate to you. So when you do email them and ask for collaboration, it's going to work more effectively.
Yeah, awesome. And what social media platforms do you think are most underrated or underused by businesses?
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube's underrated, but it's actually because a lot of people are shy from doing it, but it's the number one converting one.
Yeah. So video marketing's becoming popular. What do you think? Do you think there's value in video content, and why should businesses factor in that marketing into their social media strategies?
The ranking of like what should be important is live feed first, because organically on Facebook that'd be highly ranked. YouTube now have live feed. And Instagram as well, so they're all highly ranked now and organically getting out there. So live video can actually show you behind the scenes, more engaging as well. And then you got video, which is actually just as good as like live. But there's even like last night we had the Xanax Diamond Scotch night. So the owner purchased pretty much like a camera, but what it did is you can live feed from it, but then you can edit the live feed live and pick different angles and everything like that to make it more creative. So technology is starting to come along now, and it's only in the last month or two. Like even the VR headsets is all virtual reality, so you can put a headset piece on and go from there.
Yeah.
But Ash was just over in Richard Branson's island, and now they're launching holograms. So you can actually have a full conversation with Richard Branson in your room, life size in a hologram, and that's where the future's going, is VR. But then next level of VR is like holograms.
Wow, that's impressive. So what are your predictions? So you've just mentioned holograms, but what are your other predictions for the next 5 to 10 years for the media and communications industry?
I think it's going to be a lot of live streaming stuff. YouTube would become like a channel TV network. Same as Snapchat as well. They're starting to evolve and do new things. And yeah, then the hologram and VR world is going to be pretty awesome because like VR, you can actually start interacting with a world that you're not even there. Like, say if you want to travel to Bali, you haven't even been there, you chuck a VR headset on and explore like the neighborhood. And then that's what's going to turn the travel industry to a new level because people want to go and experience it as a real person, but you can experience it as a VR experience.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks, Wei. Thanks for giving our viewers some insight into the industry.